Hi everybody, Dan Illman here with the kickoff leg of a 50-cent pick 4 at Remington Park on Oklahoma Derby Sunday. Race number 9 is the Grade 3 $200,000 Remington Park Oaks for 3-year-old fillies. Let's take a look at this field. We're going to have a big favorite in here. It's the Grade 1 Stakes winner Juju's Map, who took the Alcibiades last year and finished second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. She's never been off the board, and she's a deserving 1-2 shot for Florent Giroux and Brad Cox. She also has a good amount of early speed, as we see on our Timeform US pace projector, which has her up close to the pace along with the 3 Free Like a Girl and the 6 Bionica. It's worth noting that Juju's Map's going to be removing blinkers for this race, and I honestly believe the plan is to rate her. Now, I'm not saying they're going to rate her back to last and make one run, but I think they want to take her back and maybe have her sit second or third. She's been on the lead in her last 2 races against graded stakes competition. She lost at odds on in both of those starts. Maybe they feel she's better when there's a target for her to track. The number 1, Rollin Chrome, is a horse that's going to be stretching out in distance and stepping up in class. Got the right pace set up last time out when third in a second level allowance, won by my friend Amy, who's also in this race and who also came from the back of the pack in that day. Had a little bit of traffic issues. This is a horse that's a bit slow on paper. To me, even though she is by Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner California Chrome, I think she's a 1-run come-from-behind sprinter. We'll find out if she wants to go a mile and a 16th, especially against this tough competition. She has shown some tactical speed in the past, so perhaps she'll be a little bit closer to the pace, breaking from the rail and stretching out around 2 turns. The 2 is Cleopatras Charge. She's going to move from turf to dirt, and she ran just fine on turf last time out in an allowance race. Her most recent dirt start was going 7 furlongs at the Downs at Albuquerque, and she just didn't run very well that day. The race did produce a couple of next out winners, but Cleopatra's Charge disappointed. And maybe her most recent turf start is an indicator of where she's going to end up. She started her career with some talent. She won the Rollin Park Oaks going a mile and a 16th at almost 80-1, but she has to prove that that race is not a fluke. Free Like a Girl's very intriguing to me. She's a Louisiana bred that's won half of her 16 lifetime starts, and I really like the way she won at Louisiana Downs against state breds 2 starts back. It was a speed-friendly track that day. She was taken off the pace and saved ground. She moved outside late on the backstretch, made a 3-wide bid on the turn, and blew by them in the lane. Off that effort, I thought she had a big chance in the Grade 3 Charlestown Oaks last time out. The pace was slow. She kind of mid-moved to go after the leader, the favorite Society, and she was simply rebuffed and finished second. Maybe Society is just a better horse than Free Like a Girl is, but Free Like a Girl ran perfectly fine again. She's very versatile from a distance standpoint, and she's going to get Lasix, something that she didn't use in the Charlestown Oaks. She is a very interesting horse because she likes to win races, and she appears to be in career form. Hit's Pricey Legacy is the number 4. This is an Oklahoma bred who returned off a lengthy layoff to post a win against fellow state breds in the race we're showing you right now, going 7/8. This is an easy win and a nice confidence builder for this 3-year-old filly. She got up close to a very moderate pace. She drew away. I don't think she went to the bottom of the well in this race, and it was a nice comeback performance. She won at a mile last year as a 2-year-old. Her only races against open competition resulted in losses, so she does have to prove herself against open graded foes, but I think she can show a little bit of speed stretching out in distance and shouldn't be too far away. She has some upside. Juju's Map, simply the horse to beat. Again, she won the Alcibiades. She was second behind the Super Echo Zulu in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. There was a lot of anticipation for her 3-year-old campaign. It started off very late. She won a second-level allowance on Kentucky Derby weekend, and since then she just hasn't looked that sharp. In the Mother Goose, she was beaten after making the lead. In the Monmouth Oaks, a race where there wasn't a lot of pace at all, they went 48-3 to the half. Not only didn't she finish second, she finished third, and the runner-up Shotgun Hottie came back and didn't run very well. You would have thought going into this year that this weekend, Juju's Map would be running in a race like the Cotillion on Saturday at Parks. Instead, she's here for Brad Cox, looking to try to get her confidence and her mojo back. On paper, she's the horse to beat. I wonder where she is from a form standpoint. not wondering where Bionica is from a form standpoint, here's what she did at Remington in the first level allowance. She is now 2 for 2 on dirt for trainer Steve Asmussen. She is a beautifully bred daughter of Tappet, and she withstood pace pressure all the way around the track and then just put the boots to this field. She gets a class test. I like her early speed. I really like her morning line odds of 12 to 1. And although her Beyer speed figures are light, she's only run 3 times. I think there's a lot of upside here. The 7 is Hannah's Haven. We're going to watch Hannah's Haven's most recent start at Evangeline Downs over a sloppy track. And what I liked about this performance was this pace was solid over the wet going. Hannah's Haven stayed close, and then she won very easily in the manner of an odds-on favorite. She won by 5 that day. It looks like she is rounding into her very best form. There are some class concerns. Just consider, 5 starts back, she was claimed for $10,000 at Churchill Downs. The Connections have gotten a stakes placing into her. They've done a very nice job. Another acid test for Hannah's Haven. My friend Amy, we talked about earlier, taking advantage of the fast pace in that recent sprint at Remington. Don't believe me? Take a look. Closers are just coming from all over the place, and my friend Amy is going to get up as the favorite. 73 Beyer speed figure. It's a career best. It shows she's going the right way. It also shows that that Beyer speed figure pales in comparison to those of the big names in this race. Juju's map is certainly the horse to beat. I won't be surprised if she puts on a show and gets her confidence back. I am a big fan of the 3 Free Like a Girl, however. I do think she can stay close to the pace. I do think she classes up with these kind of horses. 3rd in a graded stakes race at Prairie Meadows 3 starts back. I'd like to see Free Like a Girl maybe upset Juju's map in the first leg of a 50-cent pick 4 at Remington on Oklahoma Derby Sunday. It's the Remington Park Oaks. Good luck.